everybody. Chris Nichols coming to you live from the Medicine Horse Project in Nevada. And I'm with Apollo, Eastwood, and Hoover. We're streaming live on real-time animal rescue. And I'm just about to get ready. Do I smell funny? To start doing evening chores. But wanted to stop and take a moment. If you have been following us on social media or are a subscriber to our email, you know Apollo's story and that he had a follow-up session today with Dr. Alicia Main of InSync Body Assessment. I just wanted to hop on for a minute and talk about the work she's doing because it is incredibly powerful. I put a Mento in my mouth. I probably shouldn't have done that when I was going to live stream. So, Dr. Main wrote her PhD dissertation on the power of doing InSync body assessment work remotely. Think about that for a minute, just remotely. So it means she's not actually placing hands on the horses. She, in her PhD dissertation, worked with 27 formerly wild Mustangs who had been labeled with behavioral issues. And the transformation in those horses from her work was quite amazing. I had the honor of reading her dissertation, and then in October she reached out to me for my birthday and offered to do a session with one of our horses as a gift to me, but really it was a gift to Apollo because I knew Apollo was the horse that was meant for this. Apollo is a BLM branded Mustang. In theory, he was gentled at some point in his life, but he has not had a easy go in life. I'll just real quickly share with you that Apollo was born wild on the Triple B herd management area. When he was 2 years old, a helicopter came, rounded him and his family band up. So he was chased by a helicopter through the desert into catch pens where the horses were sorted. And then he was put on a horse trailer with other horses and hauled to California, the Ridgecrest BLM facility, where he was processed, which means they put him in a chute, they put a neck tag and a number on him, they vaccinated him, and they gelded him. He was then put on a trailer again to a satellite adoption in Northern California, where he was adopted and sent to a tip trainer through the Mustang Heritage Foundation. And the way that program works, there's tip trainers, which means trainer incentive program. They have 90 days to get these guys haltering, leading, picking up their feet, and trailer loading. Once that was completed, he was sent to his adopter, so trailer loaded, and things didn't go well there. He wasn't halterable, he wasn't leadable, he wasn't touchable, and so she was challenged. He was sensitive, reactive. So she made the decision to send him to a trainer in Western Nevada, where things did not get better for him. And unfortunately, he injured that trainer. And the trainer decided to just throw him out into a pasture for a while, let him think about his behavior. And then he lost track of him. And he ended up in a livestock auction where livestock, including horses, are only sold for meat. He was purchased by a kill buyer with the intent to send him to Mexico, to the slaughterhouse. However, this little man here was never titled through the Bureau of Land Management. And until they're titled, you cannot sell, transfer, or do anything with them, really. And so this little guy would have never made it across the border to the slaughterhouse because he didn't have proper paperwork. And that's sort of, in a nutshell, how he ended up with us. So I want you to think about all the things I just said that he's been through from the time he was 2 to 3 years, or 2 to 5. So in 3 years, all those things happened. I want you to think about the stress that put him under, and not even the mental and emotional stress. Let's talk about his body. Imagine just the toll of being a wild horse and running through the Nevada desert, living wild, surviving wild, thriving wild, to all those trailer rides, the squeeze chute at the Bureau of Land Management, the training, everything his body has been through. That's what Alicia worked on. So our first meeting was in October via Zoom, and she did an 1.5-hour in-sync body assessment on Apollo, and Apollo's body was all a hot mess. He transformed in that video before our very eyes. He really, truly did. And we have stayed in touch, and I've been doing follow-up videos for Alicia, and this morning he had a follow-up session with her, which I'm really pleased to say that he held his body adjustment and his muscle releases, and he's doing fantastic. I want you to think about all he's been through, and if you could put yourself in his shoes. Think about the toll that took on his body. Now, I want you to think about what your body would feel like if it had gone through all that. And then put in a situation where the stress of training, this is a wild horse, not a domestic horse, a halter on his head, learning to move to pressure, someone putting him in the round pen and saying, move here, move there, not like that, go faster, go slower, turn and look at me, now go over there. This horse was so uncomfortable in his own skin. Think about how you feel when you're uncomfortable in your skin and someone's asking you to do all kinds of things that you don't entirely understand. You don't understand the communication, much less the expectations. And you know what that feels like? It feels like being silenced. Think about that. Think about no voice. That was Apollo. I've worked with him quite a bit, and it wasn't that he wouldn't do things. It's that he can't. He was so uncomfortable in his own body, he couldn't. He wants to. I can feel that. But he couldn't. Since he's had his sessions with Alicia, he is so much more comfortable in his own skin that he's been able to engage with me. Instead of looking to get out of the round pen, he's immediately looking to me. He is soft, mind, body, and spirit. He feels better. And as a result, he's offering me more. We're connected. He's focused. All of that came from just a session with Alicia Main. The ability to make a difference in a horse that can't be touched. I'm a big believer in body work, but you can't touch him. He can't have a chiropractic adjustment. He can't have a therapeutic massage. To be able to do remote body work and to see such an incredible transformation in this horse is amazing. And I have to tell you, every horse needs this. If they are in their body and comfortable and feel good, They will show up. They will offer you more. They will connect more. They're in a better learning state of mind. I am so proud of this horse and his transformation, and I'm so excited to continue the journey of his regentling so that he can be offered for adoption. So we would like to say thank you to Alicia for all her amazing work and for working on Apollo and giving so much of herself to him and to me. I feel different from his sessions. So we just wanted to share with you how his session went today, and it went fantastic. He held his body alignment. He was a little out at the pole and a little out in his lower back, but we think that was just from playing normal activity. The good news is that feeling good in his own body and working with him the way we do hasn't stressed him. If it had, he would have regressed in his body alignment, but he hasn't. Oh, some mutual grooming. I love that. So thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Apollo. And thank you to everyone who's been following his journey in our email blasts and on social media. There's more to come. We've only just begun. I can't wait to see what the future holds for this incredibly gorgeous horse. You are gorgeous. And so, so very special, Apollo. All right, I'm going to go start evening chores. Thank you for watching.